Um, First of all, about me, whole first section would be will be about my experience. So basically, my professional career is 10 years long now, and mostly I like to deal with web development in projects which scales in terms of resources, services, and a team. And also, I like to challenge myself with new things. For example, during bachelor work, which took me 10 years, instead of writing two-form application on LAMP stack as many students did, I created application for Android Things device based on Raspberry Pi to post smart selfies from public places like cafes and bars. And funny thing, when I finished my defense speech, first question was from professor, uh, like, what is Raspberry Pi? What it does there? Now I was quite surprised because I was expecting what everybody knows at the university what it is, and because it's like the most affordable edutainment thing, helping so many kids learn programming. Um, so I really don't remember how it started for me, but somehow I felt interest in computers whole my life. Uh, my parents wasn't connected to information technologies in any way. PC cost was very high, and it was a very big luck to have PC at home. And sadly, we didn't have one. So my first experience with PC was in preschool studies at the age of 6. We were doing some drawings with drag and dropping of objects and playing some jumping penguin games. But I was really excited. It was my favorite course at the time. In fifth grade, I found I found out in school there is a so-called computer club. I took my friend and went there to apply. We wanted to do something with computers, and the teacher said, "Fifth grade, fifth grade, guys. Oh, you are too young. Come back at least in seventh grade." But luckily, in seventh grade, children and youth center right next to the school was opening group for kids to learn working with computer. And of course, you know what is working with computer at that time, right? So it's just getting familiar with these guys. So Microsoft Office and all included apps. But it was fun as well. So I made a game, Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, in Microsoft Excel, and it was with built-in functions. It was pretty nice. So our teacher was very young, inspirational, and energetic Oscar Lucis, really awesome role model. After experience with the school teachers, it was a fresh air for us, and we had first feel of edutainment. So if we finish our course quickly, our task, so we could play Counter-Strike for half an hour. Um, Next year, we finally get a touch of programming with Pascal. We're doing some basic stuff with command line, and we were doing animations and simple web pages in Macromedia Flash. We really felt like young hackers, and we wanted to learn more and more. So we were doing some after classes and doing a lot of homework. And luckily, my friend got Dark Basic package on his birthday. Basically, it's environment for games creation. It includes code editor and a book, and you could install code editor from the disk. But the problem was that there was only one book, and everyone, all of the friends which have installed this stuff, was basically reverse engineering examples and trying to combine them together. So, for example, there was 3D model walking and some map, and we tried to combine this together to get some sort of game. In ninth grade, so I went to local computer programming courses. Probably you know them. It's called Progmeisters. Um, I asked to join straight to some programming courses because I already spent some time on the learning basics. but they say that again I'm too young and I need to do all of this like preparation courses. Yeah, and at the time it was all the same fellows with from Microsoft Office, and then university. So after graduating the school, most boys who was playing lots of computer games thought, okay, I'm spending a lot of time in front of computer, so probably I need to become programmer. And I thought, finally, I will get some real programming. And as it turned out, there is only 5 courses in first 2 years, which are related to programming. On all others, either somehow related or completely unrelated. So it's mathematics and stuff like this. So it was disappointed for me as well, and I wanted to get some real experience. So after 10 years in professional career, I had an opportunity to actually lead programming courses for kids. And I thought, okay, I could solve my own problem. So I could teach kids programming before they actually get to university, and so they could understand, do they actually like it or not? And they could come a bit more prepared to the university times. And my neighbor said that they are actually looking for a teacher who could, or programmer who could actually do some courses and see how many kids are actually interested. So it was a small group. We were studying in library of the school. It was once a week, 2 hours on the weekend, and basically kids was from 8th and till 11th grade. So what we were doing, I came up with some things which I want to teach kids, like some basics, some fundamentals, and found some tools which I wanted to use. First of all, it is Lightbot. This is amazing free web-based and mobile game. To learn control flow and loops, you have to program a small bot which walks through the map and lights up the tiles using action blocks. You can see them on the right in the editor. So basically, you can move, you can jump, and you can light up. So it's really great to understand like that you need to get set of commands to achieve something. Then you understand that there is not enough space actually for whole actions, and you need to find some patterns basically which you can loop later on. And that's how you understand that there actually can be code of blocks which can be looped later on. Really, I suggest to try to play this with your kids. Next thing was Blockly Games. This is a free to use project by Google with a series of games that introduce principles of coding to the kids. It's well-guided games with translations to almost, I think, 30 languages. First of them is Maze. Basically, it's similar to Lightbot. You have to find the pattern and get through the maze in some way. And there is 10 levels, and you get from just plainly telling which actions you need to do to get out. And later on last levels, you need to find some strategy. So for example, unique algorithm, how to tell Pac-Man, it's called like this yellow guy, to basically crack any maze. So, and you learn here basically conditions, because you check where you can go. Can you go straight or to the right or to the left, and loops. Next game is a bird. So it's all about conditions. So basically, you need to guide a bird to the worm and then to the nest. Bird is flying straight all the time, and you need to build conditions where it needs to turn to get to one place or another. Third thing is a turtle, which makes drawing. This is about, again, about more hardcore version for loops and finding patterns. One more game is animation in the movie section. Basically, again, it's more dive in with conditions and increments, basically with some sort of math. Next game is about music. Also, you need to find patterns. So basically, some sort of melody which can be looped later on. And last game is called Pond, and it's about conditions, loops, increments, and functions usage. So basically, in the end, you have playground where you can program some strategy to defeat all of the ducks. All of the time, actually, game shows pretty nice suggestions what you need to do. You can ask for help. There is a specific button, and also the game shows you while you're developing with code blocks how it will look like in JavaScript. So basically, you know how to program it in JavaScript. And in the end, you can switch between blocks and JavaScript and write, for example, in blocks and switch to JavaScript and then back and add in any language. The next great tool is Sonic Pi. Basically, two girls from school said that they take music lessons on Saturdays and asked them, do they want to try making music with programming? There are some things that we actually could change the program and could be adaptive to the students. So it's a Ruby language. This is how code editor looks like. Main type of actions are to play sound, to sleep, to make a pause, configure sound, and control flow. They have pretty good help section with awesome tutorials, examples, and samples. As you may see, programming structures here are pretty powerful. There are variables, loops, functions, blocks, even threads, because you need to play multiple instruments simultaneously. Basically, what we were doing, we were taking examples from of existing songs and try to reverse engineer it, basically play and to understand which blocks were doing what, and then try to write our own piece. One more interesting tool is called MIT App Inventor. It's created in Google Labs in 2010 and later on transferred to MIT. You can build real Android applications here. And this is how design mode of the editor looks like. Basically, you get elements from left side and drag and drop them on the screen. And then you can switch to the code editor side and then attach some events or actions. And basically, as you can see, this is already familiar for us UI with a Blockly. Yeah, so why it's useful? Because you can build real games, media applications, remote controllers, timers. It's really powerful tool. And most amazing part that students can build tools and use them on their own phones. Basically, real applications. Very awesome experience, and especially when you try to learn Android programming. Also, we did a small course for JavaScript in the web, and since we already seen how JavaScript works in Blockly games, I just made small examples We made a quiz, was playing with song lyrics, basically with text, coding text in a hacker language called lead, and etc. And there was one more thing in our studying year which actually blown everyone's mind. So everything were turned upside down. Students were begging to explain how to do this and that, how to build, how to explode, how to make infinite loops here. And probably you already guessed what it is. So we tried Minecraft on Raspberry Pi. Basically, since I have lots of Raspberry Pis, we decided to use them. Um, Minecraft Pi is a free version, which was ported by creators of Minecraft Mojang company in 2013. So it's basically small world without mobs, always in creative mode, but it has Python API. Raspberry Pi is called Pi because of Python. So you can do everything there with Python. Basically, this is how it looks like. You can open any Python editor in Raspberry Pi. They have multiple of them. You create a file, import a Python library, do some actions, and just launch it. And you can control the Minecraft world. So you can control player's camera. You can update blocks, place, remove, update them, subscribe to some events, and there are plenty of things you can do with it. Actually, students like it a lot. There is some examples what we were doing. It's actually like a game, like a next stage of the game. So basically, now you have like super skills. You don't have to build some complex uh, buildings like tall towers on yourself. You can program everything and create it in no time. Students really liked it. It was the most favorite part. So, and takeaways from this course. So we started in October and finished in May. Uh, we couldn't proceed because basically it was start of the COVID and we couldn't get to the school. So we end up with Raspberry Pis. Remote was not working for us because Raspberry Pi should be in the class actually. But it was very, very fun. So basically we were like playing all the time. We were just completing the stages of the games. No additional knowledge needed. Basically, any student could participate, and starting from such games like Lightbot, it was easy to like get the whole basics. We could build real things by, I mean, like build those Android applications which they could use later on. Yeah, so Raspberry Pi is awesome because there is a lot of things pre-built. So Minecraft is already there. There is Scratch, there is Sonic Pi. Everything is for free. So basically, you just need to buy Raspberry Pi and you get all of these applications. And one thing which I noticed especially is I was asking for feedback all of the time. Basically, what was difficult for the students, what was easy, what do they like and what they didn't like. So in this case, I could like adapt my program and to switch to something else. For example, web development was not so easy for them, and we switched to Minecraft, which was amazing. Previous year, I was reached out by girls who wanted to open Coddy school branch in Riga. Um, Coddy school is from Moscow, and it's really big community of educators. They have like 400 schools and a lot of courses. And I decided, okay, why not? Our previous year when it was finished, let's do this. First, I couldn't really believe that we will work with so young students and we will work remotely. So I joined a few classes with other educators just to see how it goes. And only after that I found out that yes, probably it's possible because like previously it was 8th, 9th grade, and right now it was kids age of 8 or 9. So we started with Minecraft to do. This is not Minecraft Education Edition. This is a special version, which was built by 2 teachers and 2 programmers. They created add-on for Minecraft and for education purposes. So yeah, it's stuck on the old Minecraft version 1.7, but you have special like navigation for teacher. You can free students. You can control whole world. You can enable or disable some features of the world. Basically, on the screen you can see the turtle or robot, which students were able to control. Basically, everything was around those turtles. This is how code editor looks like. So on the right side, there is some actions which can be done by Turtle. And on the left side is a real code editor. So basically by drag and drop, some loops could be done and some actions could be taken. Yeah, pretty convenient thing to do. Also, there was an option to save particular, so to say, file and use it from other programs. So basically, you can make one loop, one thing, and from other file, call it in the loop. Anytime there is possibility to switch to code editor, and every program was written under the hood in Lua language. And for advanced turtles, there's also built-in operating system which was called CraftOS, where all operations are done using command line, and programs can be written in files and launched using command line. So basically, it's also a way how to teach kids how to operate in some sort of operating system without user interface. And it's really a huge add-on. Basically, it have a lot of custom blocks, and you can see turtles and different type of turtles for fighting, for mining, for falling trees and farming. There is even a PC block with printers, displays, and other peripherals. Altogether, it interconnects, and you can print even some papers from these printers. And all of this allows to come up with wide variety of tasks: digging tunnels, searching resources, building enormous buildings, hunting monsters, playing player versus player, and etc. And this version is actually deprecated by Microsoft because they built their own newer and better version. And after a few months, we switched to newer version. It's launched in 2016, was completely rebuilt by Microsoft, and it's not just the game as was with Minecraft to do. It's a whole education platform, including game. So in game, you can control robot. It's called agent. It's your personal agent, or just place blocks somewhere around in the world by so-called constructor. So this is how code editor looks like. Under the hood, this is a website inside the game, basically web view. Code is the same good old blocks, basically same with Scratch, same as Blockly. On the left side, you can see that there is a good set of instruments. When you click on some section, you can see blocks which you can use. For example, in player, there was 3 type of blocks. It was events, actions, and variables. In courses, you can go and basically explore section by one or by doing tasks. And anytime you can switch to real code editor and add something or modify in JavaScript. So it's also very kind of convenient because you can tell how it can be built in real syntax. So it has a rich library section with pre-built worlds, tutorials, and guides. So basically, you can explore on your own without teacher. A lot of sections on different kind of subjects. And basically, possibilities for the tasks are nearly endless. So here we built a fitness tracker, uh, counting amount of steps, running, and flying in the Minecraft. So basically, otherwise, how would you understand that you are fit in Minecraft, right? We had the kitchen classes and built various types of dish. Basically, that's how we understood how the functions code works. Also, we were making some mini games. So basically, you receive some valuable loot when you break certain type of blocks. And we were finding algorithms to find the way out of maze. In general, we have made something like more than 20 programs during the year. And of course, we were building multiple types of structures, building, editing, and copying them. So what we learned during the course, uh, pretty nice. What do you think for 9, 10 years old kids, right? So it's not only some programming fundamentals, it's also like something around computers. So like coordinates and algorithms, command line, and real programming languages syntax. And takeaways, basically remote. Uh, it's really saves some time, basically removes unnecessary stress of going to other parts of the city, and gives possibilities to study from anywhere in the world. Basically, it's not necessary to go in Riga to Riga when you are, for example, from Ventspils or from Liepa or from Cesis. Any kid could study, uh, but groups should be small enough so every student will have enough attention from educator. Otherwise, it's hard to make it really uh, of the good quality. Second, practice. Everything we were doing was through the tasks and from some goals and practice every day. So we knew what we want to do, and then together we were finding ways how to do this together. Basically, tasks first and theory second. Third, third thing is a syntax. Basically, I found out that in the age of second grade, it's hard for kids to type something. For example, when you type in Lua or JavaScript, basically they were asking, okay, where is letter B or where is letter P or any else. They were thinking fast, but they were slow to type some real program, even with the auto suggestions from code editors and stuff like that. So basically, it's good that they have such a visual syntax of blocks. They could achieve anything what was needed with these blocks. And the game, for those kids who was playing Minecraft before, it was just the next chapter in the game, sort of one more add-on, exciting and fresh when you already knew whole the game. From time to time, basically kids knew Minecraft world better than me. So I was consulting with them like, what is the strongest block in the Minecraft, or what is the most powerful weapon in Minecraft. And also after each lesson, we had some time to play together. I found out that this was a really great and important bounding activity. And about fails. So from what I've seen, kids was trying to do everything right from first attempt, and in programming, it's basically doesn't work. So they have to do some small steps to be able to achieve something bigger. And it might go from the school, I don't know, but it's really, really important to teach them how to fail and see how to fix it. That's basically how they can proceed. So about stuff what exists there for education. Here is 3 sections, basically, which doesn't need any guidance, and some tools which need some assistance and strong assistance. Basically, those in first column you can try with your own kit. They're well translated and well guided, so basically kids know every step what's need to be done, and then they can pick some hints if they need to. Others too, basically, it's better to, if you don't know programming yourself, it's better to find some good courses, and luckily there's a lot of courses right now around. For example, this Coddy coding school is not the only. There is Codeland and Code Warriors and courses like that. And there is also a lot of tools. So Raspberry Pi is one of them. You buy it, and then you have software inside to play with it. So Sonic Pi, Minecraft Pi, Scratch, everything for free. Even Wolfram Mathematica made a free version for Raspberry Pi. And also there is coding kits. Actually, they're sold just in regular stores in San Francisco, in California. In Latvia, I've seen some in Ideal, but maybe they also exist in some regular shops. So that's it from my side. Any questions? Edgar's?
Yeah, I'm coming back in stream. I think you answered all of my questions I asked you previously. Um, can you show the previous slide? I mean,
Yep.
uh, what is in the top left corner? What is that? Code.
This is Kano kit, basically. You assemble it together and play with your kids. It's basically Raspberry Pi with some special distribution which have some program inside. And also it have some electronics inside, I think, so some blinking stuff, so you can control it from device.
Yeah, I probably can add from my. It's a bit different, but this mine Lego Mindstorm series, they have more complicated robots, and they have cheaper, something like 170 euro with this drag and drop software.
Mhm.
For,
You know, basically, most of the software is like just application with some device. You connect device into this application, which you can use on your tablet or on PC. For example, on right up corner, you see you can do magic as Elsa does. So Disney making these kits and sell just in American shops, and you have the same languages here, so it's just a blocks of code, so it's pretty easy to do. And on the right side, on the bottom, this is electronics kit from Eligo. There is a lot of devices, basically sensors, some LEDs, small displays, and this is a bit advanced. So this is for you can program there in JavaScript, but also doable. So if your kid is bored with this blockly stuff, you can move to electronics there.
and this Lego, is it really only about programming, or it's already about electronics as well?
Well, both actually, because it will uh, take you, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to assemble everything together, because it's just plug and play, and then you just program anything in the code editor. So I think it's more programming than electronics itself. You don't have to solder anything, that's for sure.
Uh, do you have experience with those kids? Do they come with some assignments like you have to do this and that, or you have to be creative and invent yourself what you want to achieve?
With the simple ones, they are pretty straightforward from what I've seen. Basically, application says everything you should do. And for this more complex one with electronics, there is tutorials as well. So basically, everything is shown how to build this and that. So basically,
I
you
mean,
are, yeah.
yeah, I mean rather. So what I have experienced with my kids, I have, I don't know, 30 kilos of Lego at home. So when you buy it, when there is kit and there is instruction what to build, then they are interested to build it. But if they have to invent by themselves, then it doesn't work so much anymore. And the same. So I sent my kids in a spring for some programming course, very intro course with similar robot as you showed in the first one example, where there is robot and you have to do something, go straight, go right, turn right, and
Mhm.
so if you give them those tools, just that here is something and you can come up with whatever idea you want, then they are like, I don't have ideas. But if you give them assignment that you have to make this robot to get from here to there and do this and that, then they, okay, then I have to think how to make it. So
You know that these games, they are actually good, have good guidance. So they tell you like, okay, you need to go there. Do you need help to understand how to do this? So basically, Lightbot, we were just installing this stuff and that's it. So kids were doing on their own. I was just like randomly helping if someone got stuck. So like, okay, this won't work. Let's try other abilities. For example, look at this side. Look at this side. Maybe we can find something there. So they are really really good guided, and especially if I don't know if it does have Latvian. I know about Russian for sure, but it has very good instructions. So basically, uh, you don't need any assistance at all there.
can you show me one more slide back so I can make screenshot?
This one.
Okay, yeah.
I will send you a presentation once more.
Thank you. Yeah. So if anybody has any question, feel free to ask. I'm not completely occupying all the all the stage. One more question. Maybe I missed. Do you have suggestions of those course providers to whom, or you had?
Um, Actually, not because it all depends on the language, right? So Latvian ones are pretty common. So Programmation Schola and similar Mad Robots, I think, is a good stuff for with making some basic robotics. Uh, there is just a few of them, and you can Google them easily. For Russian-speaking, it's a lot of new courses. Basically, they are cloning one each other, and it's all about Minecraft education, the clones ones. For example, Coddy have a lot of courses. So it's, for example, you can start with Minecraft education, then switch to Roblox, and then switch to Unity. And basically, in Unity, you can create already serious games. A lot of games are built in Unity, right? So, and imagine if you start with Minecraft edition at 9, and then you finish Roblox around like 10, 11, and you complete Unity 3D in 12. So imagine what you will do next, right? Because Unity 3D is all already in JavaScript. So basically, till 13, you can be able to make real games, and that's the most exciting thing for kids, right? To build something like new, build some new maps, build some new games, their own ideas.
Clear. Thank you. Yeah, my experience with kids is that not everybody in 8, 9 is really interested in programming, and also not everybody is capable to understand it. My kids are older. They were like they needed help. I helped them much to deal with very basics of repeating and forgot the word, ifs, variables, yeah,
Conditions. Yeah.
conditions, yeah. Okay,
Basically,
so
it goes much better with the games. It goes really much better when you just playing. For example, I suggest to all of my parent friends to allow kids to play Minecraft. First of all, because it's a sandbox, you don't have any tasks in regular Minecraft, right? So you just go around like in sandbox around the house, and you came up with some ideas, and then it's easy to switch to programming because there is this Minecraft Education Edition, and there you have tasks and some achievements, and it's really easy to start.
okay, thanks. We have a question here. You talked a lot about Python. Is it the best language for learning?
It's okay language to learn. I think there is no any advance between like JavaScript, Python, or Lua. For example, Lua is built especially for games. As I know, it's not built especially for games. It's used a lot in games development. So there is no any advance. At least I didn't found one. It's just like Python is used in Raspberry Pi because it what it's built for, and that's it. So basically, I think best language is JavaScript because it's widely used. For example, you would find it in Minecraft, and then you will find it in Unity 3D, which is real game development environment. That's why it's better, not because it's somehow easier or uh, it's more common, I would say.
Okay, so what do we do now? We wait for 1 more minute for questions, and if there are no, then we let Ilya to go and prepare a new course for kids.
Actually, I want to say some gratitude, first of all, to my first programming teacher, to Oscar Slusis, for showing that education really can be fun. It was completely something new and fresh comparing to the school. Uh, One love, Oscars. Yeah, we still love you. And second, actually, since I was waiting to the Dev Club till the 100 Dev Club, but I decided that I need to help out Edgar's and joined a bit later. And I also want to say thank you to Edgar's for making so much amazing events and keep doing this thing for nine years. It's actually the biggest Latvian meetup and the oldest one, I think. So one love, Edgars, and keep doing this thing. Um, you actually educated so many developers and connected so many connections. So I think it's the biggest contribution in Latvia. So thanks for that. Finally, I have ability advantage to say these words.